Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso here with another tech tip to help you get the most out of the technology in your life. Today we're talking about how to automatically back up your digital life. The main purpose of this video is that World Backup Day is always March 31st of every year. The sole purpose of World Backup Day is to ensure that you are backing up your technology devices. Doesn't matter if you are only a smartphone or tablet user, or mainly you work with a laptop or desktop computer, it's very important that you have automatic backups of all of your information. Viruses, malware, and ransomware are after your devices. And if you get hit, especially with ransomware, all of your information can be destroyed. But if you have that information stored in the cloud, you can quickly recover from whatever threat, whether it be a malicious threat or if you just have a common problem with your mobile device or computer, you can buy a new device or fix your current device and then restore all the information from a backup. But backups don't do you any good if you aren't performing a backup, especially automatic backups. Back in the good old days of computers, people used to use, and I've got somewhere something on my desk, flash drives. Also, remember the good old days of using external hard drives to back up your information. The problem with these devices is that you, under most circumstances, have to manually set these devices up. Now, sometimes there is automatic backup software such as Time Machine or Windows File History, but when it comes to your mobile devices, this flash drive and external hard drive won't do you any good. So your best option would be to automatically back up those items to the cloud. And this World Backup Day, we are here to help you do that. Now, if you are using your devices for personal use or business use, there are a lot of things that you could lose if you have a catastrophic disaster. Family memories, documents, music, videos, you name it. It could all go bye-bye. But if you back up your information, you won't have that happen. So what do we need to do in order to make sure that our digital life is backed up automatically? Well, let's talk about iPhone users for starters. iPhone users and Apple users in general have access to iCloud. Now, iCloud is the cloud backup system that Apple has made most of its users move to. There's still the option of Time Machine that you could use, but iCloud is the easiest thing in an Apple environment to make sure that all of your stuff is backed up automatically. So how do you make that, or how do you set that up? Pretty darn simple. If you open up your iPhone and then go to settings, once you're under settings, you can go to iCloud. And as you can see, this iCloud account has 200 gigabytes worth of data that it's going to back up. And then once you click on the iCloud link, all you need to do is to go to iCloud Backup, make sure that it's turned on, and then you can select which items are going to be automatically backed up to iCloud. But iCloud isn't only for your iPhone or your iPad. If you're an iCloud user, you can back up your Macintosh computer as well. Let's take a look and see how that works, because again, if you have a MacBook, MacBook Air, or even an iMac, iCloud will help you out. And let's see how that works in real time. All right, so we're on a Mac. All you need to do is go to the Apple menu in the upper left-hand corner. Once you go to System Settings, it will take you to a menu that brings up General. Once you're under General, only thing you need to do is to click on Storage. And once you're under Storage, you can choose Store in iCloud as far as all the information that would normally be stored on your Macintosh hard drive. It's pretty simple. Once you click on Store in iCloud, it gives you the option to make sure that the files from your desktop and documents will be stored in iCloud. Now you're probably asking, what about my photos? and videos. Where does that go? Well, once you enable iCloud and photos on your Apple device, it will automatically start backing those items up as well. Now, if we were to look at my iCloud items, I'm only using the freebie of the 5 gigabytes because there's other options and things that I don't want Apple to store. And we'll talk about that a little bit in this video. Next is to, well, I'll show you another screenshot of what selecting Apple looks like. So if you go to the iCloud settings on your MacBook or Mac Mini, you can click on desktop folders and document folders, messages, anything on your Mac, and click on done. And then it will back up all of that stuff, and then you don't have to worry about backing up your computer again. As long as your Apple device, meaning your iPhone, iPad, or Macintosh computer is hooked up to the internet, it will back it up automatically. Next, what about those Android users? If you're an Android user, you also have access to Google's environment with Google Photos and Google Drive. Now, how does that all work? Pretty much the same way as you would in Apple. You just need to go to settings. Once you're under settings, you just need to go to backup. And once you're under backup, then you can choose to have your items backed up by Google One. You can choose your amount of storage, which Google gives you 15 gigabytes of free storage. But once you choose or turn that setting on, your Android device will automatically back up to Google Backup, or Google One as they call it now. If you have a Chromebook, same thing as having an Apple device. Your Chromebook, as long as you log into your Google account, will automatically back up the information that's stored on your Google Chromebook. So that makes it pretty simple for your mobile devices to be backed up by both Apple and Android. Now, one of the things that you might want to consider to do is, why not use OneDrive to back up your information? OneDrive is Microsoft's cloud backup solution. And if I can open it up, I can give you a little preview of OneDrive and how it is going to be set up. Give me a second here. We'll bring up OneDrive and show you how it is all set up. So switching screens, going to my desktop, there is OneDrive. As you can see, you have the option to save photos and videos from your devices if you enable OneDrive. And one of the secrets that I was going to give you is you have an Android device and an Apple device, and you want to have, and you have a Microsoft 365 account, you can use OneDrive to back up all of your important information on your phone. And mainly photos. As long as you've got the storage available with OneDrive for Android and Apple, you can back up all of that information. Now, going back to my screen, I don't have the option to save photos and videos from devices. I don't want screenshots turned on either, but if I go to sync and backup under OneDrive, as you can see, I'm using half of that OneDrive space here. But if we go to manage backup, you can turn the option to backup desktop, pictures, music, and videos are all backed up to OneDrive. So if you have it enabled on your Windows computer, I would highly recommend that you turn on, if you have an Office 365 account, use OneDrive. It definitely will help you make sure that your stuff is automatically being synchronized to the cloud. One other thing, I always get questions about Apple's version of OneDrive. And let me switch to my Mac and show you. Now, if you go to the upper right hand corner on a Mac, you can click on the OneDrive option. Let me get out of the storage, and then there you go. You can see OneDrive there backing up photos and stuff like that. I don't know why some of these files are backed up, but there you go. If we close that out and look at our preferences for OneDrive, give it a second. Those aren't the there we go. Yeah, those are preferences. Hide the desktop icon, which I really want. I can download files on demand, or I can download all OneDrive files to my Mac. Now, on a Macintosh, OneDrive doesn't back your stuff up on a Windows like it would a Windows computer, but if you are storing stuff to OneDrive, you can definitely view it on a Mac, and it allows you to operate it all from the cloud. Many Mac products have limited space now, so it's important to understand that OneDrive does work from the cloud. But again, if you want your information automatically backed up, OneDrive is another option you can go with. Now, for if you are trying to back up your digital business life, let me show you what you can do to make that happen. So going back and looking at some of the backup services that you can install on both your Windows and Macintosh computers, here are the following. So iDrive is an option that is a backup service that allows you to back up your information automatically. iDrive, you install it on your Windows or Mac, backs up your information automatically. Another service is Backblaze. Backblaze, if you have a ton of files and you want some redundancy, Backblaze will automatically back up your Windows and Macintosh computer. And then finally, Carbonite, which is my favorite, is a good cloud backup solution that will allow you to back up your Mac and your Windows computer automatically. So keep those services in mind. Now, I know I probably skipped services like Box, Dropbox, and a few others out there, but the important thing is to understand that, well, OneDrive will back up your phone. I'm trying to think what else will. Oh, Dropbox, any of those apps you have installed will back up your phone, but keep in mind, all of these services do cost except for one. There was something that I was holding out for those that really want to save your digital life as far as your photos are concerned. If you are a small business or an individual, you can utilize the services of Amazon Photos. Now, if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, which means you are essentially paying for Amazon, you can download Amazon Photos to your computer, and you can also download Amazon Photos to your devices, and it will back up your photos, unlimited photos, at no extra charge. I should say that because, again, you're paying for Amazon. But for videos, you only get 15 gigabytes worth of videos, which is better than nothing to back up your stuff. So those are options that you can go with as far as making sure that you are automatically backing up your digital life. So if you have comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you to find out if I can help you back up your digital life. And with every video, my goal is to let's get this right first. If you like this video, make sure you comment, like, and share with those of you who have people who are non-techie. Now, my goal with every video is to make sure that I'm opening all of you up to a whole new world of ideas and experiences when it regards your gadgets and devices. I love technology, and I've read all the manuals, and I'm serious about making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everyone. So take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile, and thanks for watching.